Time machines are real, people. Look at this lacquered tweed case. I've seen some old cases. I have not seen a lacquered tweed like this. Yes. All right, it's a Fender custom shop. No, I'm just kidding. This is an all-original, very legitimate 1955 Fender Stratocaster. Can we just appreciate this thing? Handmade 70 years ago almost. Beautiful wood grain. Beautiful everything. Looks brand new. All right, well, let's talk about this guy. Wow is the only word that comes to mind as I sit here right now holding this all-original 1955 Fender Stratocaster. This looks like it came off of the assembly line yesterday. Take a look at the front of this guitar. This guitar is 70 years old. The sunburst on it is amazing. It's a two-tone sunburst. The wood grain in the ash body is insane. The finish is so thin, you can the nitro on here is so thin you can feel the wood grain just by touching the body of the guitar. The plastics are in immaculate shape. The fretboard is true and straight. The frets look like they've been played for about a minute. They're in awesome shape. It feels like a Strat that was just born, right? But this is 70 years old. So let's take that back. 1955, right? That's when this guitar comes out. 53, 54, Leo Fender, a tinkerer. He's thinking, how do I improve upon my guitar designs? I have the Telecaster out there. I more recently have the P-Bass, an electric bass that I just released. What's my next generation guitar? How do I improve upon a 2-pickup guitar? I got it. A 3-pickup guitar. How do I improve upon a guitar that doesn't allow you to move around the pitch of the strings? And he invents the tremolo system. How do you improve upon intonation? You put string trees in place. How do you improve upon access to higher frets? You design a double-cut guitar. How do you get around body edges that seem to dig in a little bit after you're playing for a while? You implement body contours. So these are things that we take for granted, but these were like first-to-world improvements in the electric guitar in 1955. And so Fender, he launches the Stratocaster launched in spring of 54, and then puts a production line together, and the first full run production cycle is late 54. And so what you're looking at here is a Strat that's within 1 year of coming off the very first production line run of a Fender Stratocaster. The serial number on this, 6879. This is one of the first 7,000 guitars that ever came out, Stratocaster-wise, that ever came out of Fender. And I just think that that's really, really neat, really interesting, very cool piece of history to have right here. So the specs are standard. It's an all-original 55 Strat. 7 1/4 radius in the fingerboard, 3 pickups. It's got a 3-way switch. All the electronics are untouched. I think you should check out the pictures on the listing because some of the subtleties in these handmade old instruments, the body cavities are all hand carved and they're all sanded and they're all smoothed and they're all finished. So the inside looks just as good as the outside, which you just don't see in modern instruments. You could tell the care that has gone into the nut, the filing that's taken off the sharp edges of every side of the nut. Really don't see that unless it's a true hand-built guitar. The guitar itself weighs actually a little bit heavier than I thought a vintage guitar would be. It's just under 9 pounds. It's like 8.7 pounds or so. It doesn't feel like it. It feels a little bit lighter than that, but that's what the scale shows. Just under 9 pounds. Very, very nice instrument. It's got really nicely rounded over neck edges. The neck is a medium C. You can sort of tell that they're going towards the start of a soft V profile, but it's considered a medium C neck. It's got the right feel. It's got the right taper. It's got the right everything. Single piece maple neck. And it's got vintage tuners, obviously all original tuners. You can take a look at the headstock. The guitar itself comes with a really nice lacquer tweed case, and the case is just as beautiful as the guitar is. This is like a closet find, this guitar. It's in such great shape. The case, the guitar, it has a cable inside. It's got what looks to be an original strap inside of the case. I think if there was ever an example of a time capsule or a time machine existing, I think this guitar and all the accessories are it. Another cool thing about this guitar, let's look at some paperwork. It's been evaluated previously by Norman's Rare Guitars and Gruhn's. So here are the certificates that come with the guitar, just showing that each of these shops has done a run through of it, and then it's all original. And you know, some of the words in here are, you'll never find a nicer guitar. It's the finest example of a 55 we've ever seen. Really cool paperwork to accompany just a beautiful guitar. For today's sound demo, I'm going through the 2 Rock Classic Reverb Signature with the settings like this.